Hello again. I got another video. This one's a little longer. It's about 5 minutes, so if that's not your cup of tea or particular brand of vodka, feel free. Just move along. But it's interesting. It's going to make you think, and I think you like it. Please like, share, follow. Please.
What makes America the greatest country in the world? Why is America
not the greatest country in the world, Professor? That's my answer.
Watch this clip to the end. I'm sure a lot of you have seen it, but if you haven't, it's a good clip. But I'm going to change how you feel about it, because I thought differently about this before, but follow me.
Tell students that America is so star-spangled awesome that we're the only ones in the world who have freedom. Canada has freedom. Japan has freedom. The UK, France, Italy, Germany, Spain, Australia, Belgium has freedom. So 207 sovereign states in the world, like 180 of them have freedom. All right. And yeah, you, sorority girl, just in case you accidentally wander into a voting booth one day, there's some things you should know. And one of them is, there is absolutely no evidence to support the statement that we're the greatest country in the world. We're 7th in literacy, 27th in math, 22nd in science, 49th in life expectancy, 178th in infant mortality, 3rd in median household income, number 4 in labor force, and number 4 in exports. We lead the world in only 3 categories: number of incarcerated citizens per capita, number of adults who believe angels are real, and defense spending, where we spend more than the next 26 countries combined, 25 of whom are allies. Now, none of this is the fault of a 20-year-old college student, but you nonetheless are, without a doubt, a member of the worst generation ever. So when you tell students what that America is the greatest country in the world, I don't know what the we're the only ones in the world who have freedom. Canada has freedom. Japan has freedom. The UK, France, Italy, Germany, Spain, Australia, Belgium has freedom. So 207 sovereign states in the world, like 180 of them have freedom. All right. And yeah, you, sorority girl, just in case you accidentally wander into a voting booth one day, there's some things you should know. And one of them is, there is absolutely no evidence to support the statement that we're the greatest country in the world. We're 7th in literacy, 27th in math, 22nd in science, 49th in life expectancy, 178th in infant mortality, 3rd in median household income, number 4 in labor force, and number 4 in exports. We lead the world in only 3 categories: number of incarcerated citizens per capita, number of adults who believe angels are real, and defense spending, where we spend more than the next 26 countries combined, 25 of whom are allies. Now, none of this is the fault of a 20-year-old college student, but you nonetheless are, without a doubt, a member of the worst generation ever. So when you ask what makes us the greatest country in the world, I don't know what the fuck you're talking about.
Right there with that worst generation ever. That is a bunch of bull, a bunch of baloney. How dare he say that? Because, for one, this girl is fresh out of high school, college, whatever. She hasn't even had a chance to make a life for herself, make a name for herself nonetheless. And you're going to judge her? You don't go to a business and judge them on their newest employee who's had bad training and bad leadership up until now. We haven't had our chance. You cannot say that whatsoever. And in my opinion, your generation's the one that's running this country down. You have all the power. We have no say. And yet you're still putting us down as we're the bad generation? No, we're going to be the generation to fix our problems. We're going to be the generation to fix this planet. And I'm guaranteeing that right now.
Sure used to be. Built great big things, made ungodly technological advances, explored the universe, cured disease, and we cultivated the world's greatest artists and the world's greatest economy. We reached for the stars, acted like men. We aspired to intelligence. We didn't belittle it. It didn't make us feel inferior. We were able to be all these things and do all these things because we were informed by great men, men who were revered. First step in solving any problem is recognizing there is one. America is not the greatest country in the world anymore.
No, America, this country used to be a symbol for righteousness. You know, we had values. We had integrity. Hell, as a country, we shot for the stars. We may have only reached the moon, but we did that in a tin can with calculator compute power strapped to some rockets. We were going places. Now it's about money. It's about what can we do for you but get in return. We sold out. We're shallow. We're a business. They left out 2 very important parts from the full clip, and I suggest you watch that. But he says one thing about liberals: if they're so gosh darn smart, why do they lose all the time? And that's funny because it's true, but it's because of the status quo. You know, everybody goes along with how things have been going in the world because nobody wants to be singled out. Nobody wants to put their name on the line. Nobody wants to be thought of that way. That's why everybody hides their political views. Nobody wants to talk politics because it's not easy. But there's people out there. And I'll be that voice. All you have to do is stand behind me. You don't have to say a dang thing. How James Madison was a genius, and the Declaration of Independence was the greatest piece of American literature ever written, in my opinion. I wholeheartedly agree with that. But, for instance, what I'm getting at is, take a look at Michael Jordan, for instance. Amazing basketball player, possibly the best. But he wasn't the best in every aspect of basketball. He had his strengths and he had his weaknesses. He also had bad years, too. He wasn't amazing every single year he played. So compare that to our country. I want you to look at what America is, how we were the best country, and how we still can be the best country because of our championships, because of the things we've done. And when it mattered, Michael Jordan won. And when it mattered, America was there. And I want us to do better. I want us to be the Michael Jordan that's winning championships consecutively. Okay? Just follow me. Tell your friends. Tell them to follow me. You know, my followers are going up and up and up, but I want this to spread like wildfire. You know, 7 degrees of Kevin Bacon. Through 7 people in the world, you can know anybody. Let's do it. Send it to 7 people. Have them send it to 7 people. And we'll have Kevin Bacon on our side in no time. Okay? See you tomorrow.